What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Out here looking like somebody's pup-up. But get this. We gonna drop some, when I get them, like I said, I can't, like, first of all, I get people who want to make a living off of YouTube. It sounds like the absolute dream. But I don't like when people force content out and it just doesn't even feel like it's coherent. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we just pushing out? I feel like I'm the type of person, whenever I want to come on and make a video, there's a theme, there's something I'm trying to say. And even though I may come off rambly and I don't make sometimes sense, if you really listen to what I'm saying, you'll still gather something. You'll take something from what I'm saying. And I've gotten comments like that before. I get texts like that, and it really, I really appreciate it. So today I kind of want to talk about like a couple things. Nothing nothing negative. I think it's more of just the theme here. Listen. So what I'm going to start doing this. When you listen to I'm going to have a perspective I want you to watch the video at. So the perspective I want you to listen and watch the video is from the perspective of participate in your life, be present. Okay, so the reason why I mention that is because I noticed that I'm going to talk about spirit. So I'm going to talk about spirit first, and I'm going to tie this into the next thing. We'll never be able to explain it, but I feel like you ever have those experiences where somebody looks at you or somebody comes up and talks to you and somebody just is compelled to speak to you, or you can compare how others treat you. Like, some people may really, really like you and have a different viewpoint of than somebody else. And everybody has those experiences, but I had one that happened a little bit ago, and it was really just like eye-opening, because I don't want to ramble too much, but basically I had an experience where somebody was viewing me differently in a negative light, while somebody I barely got to interact with them, and they already expect so much of me, and they already have a high respect for me. And the way it came out, I was even shocked. I said, what have I done to make this person respect and like me so much? I don't think I've done anything. But that's what goes to the spirit. And I truly believe there is some... there's a subconscious or spirit conscious that when we see another individual, we instantly, there's something in our spirit, or there's something that we latch onto, that we connect with instantly. And we might not know it right away, but after being around the person, you go, this is what I like about that person. And there could be more things, I'm just talking about generally. So that goes into this theme of there is a spirit, and I think it reflects into what we want for ourselves, maybe what lessons we want to learn for ourselves. Excuse me. Because you'll be like, why? Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever just been like, why don't you like a person? And it's never, like, in the beginning, it's just like, I don't like that guy. I don't like that person, that woman or whatever. And then when you break it down, it's like, no, there's a principle of why I don't like the person. They don't follow, or they don't talk, they don't believe X, right? Or it could be something as simple as they don't treat others with respect, right? And that's why I don't like them. But initially, you don't verbalize that. And why don't they? What does them not treating others with respect do to you? How does it make you feel, right? You got to get to the bottom of these emotions. And I think that people in our lives, or people that we meet, reflect emotions or situations or experiences that we need to learn or we need to confront. And it's just like, you guys know that you have those experiences where, there's a random person might come up to you and just feel so compelled to talk to you. Why did they feel so compelled to talk to you? It's not because they like the way you are, like, or the way you're going to like the way you look, right? They don't think you got some fly outfit on, right? They saw your spirit right away. Their spirit is talking through them. Like, hey, go talk to this person ASAP. You'll probably make a change. You may probably make a difference in your day. I want to tie that into the reason why I'm bringing this up too is because I think, I'm not trying to say that a lot of people in religion is coping and spiritualism is coping, because I definitely believe, there's something going on deeper, but I will never know, right? Unless I physically or feel it or spiritually feel it, see it. And the reason why I mention that is because, have you ever just truly, this is not negative, by the way, have you ever truly just thought, like, there really isn't much to do? Like, granted, we live in the technological age, so, we have phones, we have, access to different things, but and this is not negative, so don't still thinking about living presently, and I'm going to explain how. So, think about, you can travel the world, okay? That's going to take a couple years, right? You can see everything, and then you buy a house, little kid crying, you hear that? You could buy a house, you can work a job, and then, you can have experiences, but these experiences, one thing about us, which is, I think it's unfortunate, it's not unfortunate, I think there's a reason behind it, and I'll get to it. You can't do many experiences again. That feeling of uniqueness, that freshness goes away. And I think there's a reason, because they want you to, whatever this is, wants you to stay present and really reflect and really just kind of sit in it. And I know we have a problem with sitting in things in this technological, I can't even say the word right, technological age, where we constantly have to be doing something. But what are we really doing? Let's really stop and think. What are you really doing? There's not much to do. If we didn't have all this technology and this fancy, materialism and things, think about how bored our ancestors were. Truly think about how bored our ancestors were, right? Think about the Native Americans when they were just, what were they doing? There was nothing to do. And then not saying, this is where I said, I'm not saying that some traditions don't make sense, but it also makes sense why they might have rituals and traditions where, we're just going to have war. We're going to fight. We're going to rape and pillage. But the thing is, though, when we talk about it, right, this is the funny thing. When we talk about it, we don't mention that all of society agreed to this. All of African society agreed to this. Same with Asian culture. Same with European culture in the beginning. There was a shift. Something changed in all of man that, wanted to go away from that. But can we talk about the early days of man? This was agreed upon because there was nothing to do. We needed to create something to do. So I'm only saying that because in this day and age, we are so able to distract ourselves left and right that we don't ever reflect. We don't ever just sit in the moment and do nothing. Sometimes you just need to do nothing. Really just think about just deeper meanings, experiences. And because if you break down like what everything is, you understand why having kids I'm trying to think of like other experiences, like traditional things, like make sense. It's because, yes, it may seem selfish. We try to dehumanize it, like just like, oh, have kids to have kids. Yeah, actually you should, because in the process you learn so much about yourself. The kids will then come into a better situation as well. Like we're gonna try to fight this. We try to fight, and I think it's funny that I'm saying this because I think it's funny that the harder we try to fight natural instincts, natural human behavior, the less or the more depressed a society we become. Have you not noticed the comparison here? The more we moved away from nature, the more depressed society has become. Yeah, you would say that the African, the Asian, the Native American societies were savages, but the evidence doesn't support that. There's been plenty of people who have been, when they think about like Netherlands, right, that just happened, where Netherlands weren't in a currency-based society, then they got introduced into a currency-based society. Their suicide rates are the highest out of any place. It's almost as if moving away from land and nature and into social institutions creates depression, is what I'm trying to say. There was even articles about people who were kidnapped into Native American society, like white people kidnapped into Native American society. Then they had to convert back to white, materialistic society, and were so depressed. They were like, this is fucking brutal. I would rather be out in a tent, nomadic, not knowing where I'm staying day to day. But this is going to sound weird, but taking the absence of death away, or the fear of death away from a society, makes us depressed. We don't have a regular day-to-day fear of death. Really, like, I don't think like that. But if you were in nature, that reality is possible. Hey, we might not have food today. We might not have food for a month. We gotta move. This place is uninhabitable anymore right now. The rain just flooded our tents. We gotta go find a new place to stay. Those are realities. But get this. It causes you, but this is the theme of it. It causes you to live in the moment. It causes you to live in the present. Our day-to-day lives, we are so detached. What do we need to really pay attention to? So all I'm trying to say is try your hardest to stay in the moment. I know it's hard. I know you're thinking about other things. And the reason why we're living in the future is because the present is so boring, right? But if the present, and this is what I'm trying to say, like, I know it's bad to, say like, oh, like, we need danger and stuff. But like, when your present was filled with danger or threats or, fear, they were able to focus on the present. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, just focusing on the present, the now, find different ways that you can engage yourself. Take deep breaths. Make sure you take conscious deep breaths throughout the day. Even if you only take, because think about it, you might go through your whole day not taking one conscious deep breath. Try your hardest. Yeah, I think that was really it. I think I hit everything I really want to talk about. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. I think this is a great video. I really do. Came from the heart. That's why I said, we really got to reflect and dive deep into what the spirit really is. This video is just for food for thought. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.